I have a big stack of papers on my computer desk that's steadily been piling up over time. They're notes that contain tons of random ideas for future Recon Report episodes. Unfortunately, I'm super slow when it comes to making new content, so it'll probably take ages for most of this stuff to ever see the light of day. My plans are derailed even further when I decide to cover some random news story instead, like I'm doing now. Blizzard Entertainment's Q3 2015 sub numbers are scheduled to be revealed sometime soon, so I thought I'd share my predictions today. Otherwise, I might miss my opportunity to do so in the future. Some of you might be wondering why I'm even bothering to make a prediction at all. Since I no longer play World of Warcraft, why the hell should I care about its active sub count? Well, honestly, I played the game for years. It's kinda hard to ignore that. And I still read WoW news every day, out of habit or maybe just morbid curiosity. Let's put it this way. I'm sure every lucky soul that made it to a lifeboat still watched every second of the Titanic going down. I'm just doing the same. Now, Miss Pandaria ended with 7.4 million subscribers. The launch of Warlords of Draenor boosted that number up to 10 million. The Q1 earnings call then showed sub numbers plummet to 7.1 million, and the Q2 earnings call revealed an even worse decline. Subs dropped down to 5.6 million. It's at this point the Legion was announced, and I noticed something kind of peculiar. A fair number of players who openly admitted they felt cheated by Warlords were completely swept off their feet by Legion hype. They were ready and willing to give Blizzard another chance. I'm not sure why. Blizzard never apologized for Warlords, or even attempted to explain why it failed, beyond citing some vague and mysterious design shift. Blizzard never offered any sort of discounted price for Legion to make amends for past mistakes. Worst of all, Blizzard never denounced their horrifically flawed faster expansion business model. If they announced tomorrow that expansions were once again being designed to last a full life cycle, supported by a proper amount of patches, public opinion would increase 1,000%. Even I'd have to give them credit for making the right call in that situation. But because so many people happily drank the Legion Kool-Aid, I originally estimated the Q3 sub numbers would be in fairly good shape. I was guessing we'd only see a small decline, along the lines of 5 million, or maybe 4.8 at the lowest. You have to keep in mind, the live servers are still suffering from an insane content drought, and that's bound to turn players away no matter what. But with Legion's arrival pending sometime soon, longtime fans would probably be less likely to quit. Hope would leave players subscribed through the dry spell. But now, after seeing the patch 6.2.3 PTR notes, my opinion's changed. I think the sub numbers are going to land somewhere between 4 and 4.5 million. Why? Well, I may be reading too much into things, but this whole patch reeks of desperation to me. You can read the full notes for yourself on MMO Champion. I'm just going to briefly summarize them here. More old dungeons are getting rehashed for time walking, and all the bosses inside have a chance to drop an infinite dragonflight mount. This thing's a reskin, but I'm not going to lie, I do think it looks cool. It's not winning me back as a customer, but I can see it generating some level of excitement within the WoW community. Still, time walking's not really a viable substitute for actual content, even though it's being sold as such. This is perhaps when the introduction of Farallon would have been a welcomed addition to the game. It's too bad that map was completely abandoned. Valor's being brought back as a currency. Sort of. Players are seeing that word and getting all excited, but it's only being used to upgrade gear. That's not exactly the complete Valor system of old. You might be asking though, without any new content to play, why would anyone be motivated to upgrade their gear anyway? Well, a new item's been added to Hellfire Citadel's loot table, for a limited time. If players beat Archimond on heroic difficulty or higher, they'll earn a mysterious fragment of dark power. This item begins a quest, but it sounds like a simple hand-in to me, nothing more. I seriously doubt it'll kick off some kind of epic adventure. At any rate, this quest will reward players with a Grove Warden mount. This moose was originally intended to be an item Blizzard was going to sell in the in-game store. It's great that a unique, high-quality mount is being offered as a reward for completing content. That's certainly a rarity in games these days. I don't think Blizzard had any miraculous change of heart, though, when it comes to how they view the in-game store. I think this decision was forced upon them. I bet Blizzard execs were furious when they realized subs were so low they had to sacrifice their moose revenue in order to stop the hemorrhaging. I can just imagine them in their homes, frantically tossing and turning atop their giant piles of money while they try and sleep, unable to get comfortable because they insist they need more padding. I'm going to make another bold prediction here and say that once the Grove Warden gets pulled from the loot table, it'll get a mild recolor and then get thrown into the Blizzard store as originally intended. In the meantime, while the moose is loose, Blizzard is selling a brand new Pepe plushie, because they never stop to think that maybe, just maybe, they should put a short moratorium on selling stupid shit and perhaps focus their efforts on fixing their miserable game. It's so insulting how little they respect their fanbase. I can't fathom what it's like to be consumed by a level of greed so intense it can never be satisfied. And they wonder why players are leaving in droves. On top of all this, the MMO market is incredibly active at the moment. Final Fantasy's riding high on their Heaven's Ward expansion. Guild Wars 2 and Star Wars The Old Republic are both set to release new expansions later this month. WildStar recently went free to play, and Rift released a gigantic patch with a new landmass and character class. It seems the only game in town not producing a thing right now is World of Warcraft, the supposed industry leader. Blizzard used to survive content droughts by relying on the advantages of goodwill and brand loyalty. But now that they've turned into money-hungry monsters, their goodwill is gone, and their brand has tanked. The motivation to search for new MMOs to play grows exponentially when the old one you're used to becomes broken beyond repair. So once again, I'm predicting the Q3 earnings call is going to report that WoW is down to anywhere between 4 or 4.5 million subscribers. Be sure to bookmark this video, and after the reveal, return to laugh at me if I'm wrong, or shower me with worship if I'm right. For then I have truly proven I possess sight beyond sight. By the way, I don't need any of you diehard fanboys to point out that, even with such huge losses, WoW still has more subscribers than any other MMO on the market. I'm so tired of hearing that. Yeah, you're right, but guess what? No one cares. How many people on this planet rely on fossil fuels to survive? Well, I don't know, it's probably safe to say a shit ton. But that doesn't make fossil fuels a wonderful source of energy. Alternatives are certainly better in the long run. Just because something's widely accepted doesn't make it good by default. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.